Are you satisfied with your understanding of sustainability? If not, like me, imagine a journey together, a pluralistic one, with innovators, startup, academia, NGO, all together looking for solution to the greatest challenge of our time. I'm Samuele Tini, and this is the Sustainability Journey.
Welcome to a special episode. Today I am thrilled. We are starting a 3-series special episode with a country that is my own country. For the first time in the podcast, we will discuss something that is very deep to my heart, food system. We will discuss the importance of Italy and the role that the country has in innovation in the agri-tech business. Why? Because we are celebrating the week of Italian cuisine in the world, and we are honored and pleased to have here His Excellency, the Ambassador of Italy in Kenya, Mr. Natali, and the director, Madam Gallenca, the director of the Italian Institute of Culture in Nairobi. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for being here, for honoring us of your presence. And thank you so much, Madam Director.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
I have presented you, I'm sure you have a very big curriculum, but usually we start the discussion about who is the guest, what is your journey, what is your background, and we can start with the Ambassador.
I'm a career diplomat, Italian career diplomat, and I spend my professional life in different countries, starting from Ecuador and then Finland. Then I've been in Rome as chief of the Italian press at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then I went to Washington, D.C. At the embassy, and then again I was Consul General in Barcelona, Spain. And then back in Rome as chief of cabinet of vice minister of foreign affairs. After that, I have been ambassador of Italy to Morocco and to Mauritania, and again special envoy to the Caribbean region. Then I spent a couple of years as a diplomatic advisor to the Minister of Justice. Before coming here to Nairobi, I was at the Department of Cooperation to Development, dealing with the environment issues that are so important in this period. And since 1 month and a half ago, I'm here in Nairobi with a lot of enthusiasm, and I'm so happy to represent my country and to give an idea of what we do at the embassy in cooperation with all the other stakeholders of Italian activity, which is Cooperation to Development, the Institute for Culture, and we have many other actors who work and represent at the best our country in Africa, in this beautiful region of the world.
And thank you so much. A wonderful curriculum, and really an expert that can help a lot, fostering the relationship with Kenya and Italy, and especially with the excellence of Italy in its capacity. And then, we pass now to Elena.
Hello, everybody. My name is Elena Gallenca. I'm the director of the Italian Cultural Institute in Nairobi. I was born and raised in Turin, which is a city in northwest of Italy. I studied communication there at the university. And after my degree, I moved to Tanzania for 10 years. And in Tanzania, I had the chance to work in a different sector, development, tourism, and at the end, I joined first the Italian embassy in Dar es Salaam, and a few years ago, the Italian Minister of Foreign Affairs. So as soon as I had the chance to come back to East Africa, I took this chance, and since July 2021, I have the pleasure to be the director of the Italian Cultural Institute in Nairobi.
And wonderful, Elena, and you are the leading person of this, the celebration and the work for the Italian Week. And we are now asking the ambassador, to the people that are listening to us, what is the Italian Week of the cuisine in the world? What does it represent?
So first of all, allow me to thank you, to say thank you to Sustainability Journey for giving me this opportunity to present this podcast on the week of the Italian cuisine in Kenya. This is a worldwide initiative promoted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation in Rome of Italy, in order to celebrate the Italian culinary tradition and art. And also here in Kenya, the Embassy of Italy in Nairobi and the Italian Institute for Culture are organizing the 2022 edition in cooperation with the Italian trade agents. Many of you know that the Italian gastronomic tradition is today the solid base for our modern food industry, which is characterized by a great balance of scientific research, education, and technological innovation. And this year, this festival will take place from Monday 14th to Sunday 20th November, and will focus in particular on conviviality, sustainability, and innovation, the ingredients of the Italian cuisine for people health and the safeguard of the planet. What do we mean by saying sustainable? To be defined sustainable, food must have a low environmental impact. It enhances local characteristics and traditions without compromising the ability of future generations to enjoy it. And the so-called Mediterranean diet, with its care for rituals and for symbols, with its respect for seasonal rhythms, as well as communality, is the real essence of a sustainable and balanced diet. It is recognized by UNESCO within the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The Italian cuisine in particular stands out as one of the most popular and celebrated examples of a Mediterranean diet in the world. It is built on a double attention. First, for the products, as originating from excellent knowledge and respect for nature and biodiversity. Second, for the processes, entailing craftsmanship, training, and touch of Italian joy of life. In our tradition, high quality and unique ingredients are wisely harmonized into centuries-old recipes, still followed by generations of artisans across the whole country. And I want to say that connected to the quality cuisine and food tradition is the industrial chain of high-quality food, including food production, food conservation, food and process certification, appropriate labeling, and up-to-date normative. It will feature activities focusing on Italian culture and on its famous cuisine as vehicles of exchange and sharing to communicate new experiences, learning opportunities, and to explore communalities between Italy and Kenya, including events with a scientific and technological perspective. This year, we will have a special guest for the week, who will be the Italian chef Giuseppe Geraci, whose restaurant is included among the best Italian restaurants according to the famous Gambero Rosso guide. It's the most popular and high-level Italian food and wine magazine.
Wow, wonderful work, and really the passion, and I can see already how Italy can be at the forefront also, and the connection and the work also with the cooperation of Kenya, promoting safe food and food that is connected with culture and enriching the connection. And I want really to stress a bit what you have discussed about the sustainability. We are now at the week of the COP. Discussion are there. Food system are at the forefront of the discussion of delegates. What is the connection between sustainability, food, culture, and how Italy can be an example and a leader to the world?
Well, let's say that it's well known that Italian food, that Italian cuisine are so popular and appreciated in the world. But we have to protect this specialty. And I have to say that we are facing since a few years what is called the Italian sounding, which is a special situation where, following the Expo 2015 hosted in Milan, with this term, Italian sounding, we refer to the problem of counterfeiting products, which have an Italian sound, but they are not Italian at all. So it means that registered trademarks or other distinctive signs must be protected by Italian law, such as the designation of origin and geographically characterized Italian products. In other words, many foreign products use an Italian name, but their quality is not the Italian one. Not because we are the best, of course, but because I just give an example. When we find, for instance, Parmigiano cheese, which is, of course, well known, it's not the same product if we nourish cows with a different grass in another territory, because of course the chemical elements and also the tradition of preparing this cheese is completely different. So we find in the world a lot of Parmesan, Parmesanito, all these names which are Italian sound, but the cheese inside is completely different thing. So we work to protect this specialty and this origin. This phenomenon represents a huge damage to the Italian economy, our food industry, and to the potential resources of made in Italy. Last year, 2 out of 3 Italian agri-food products sold worldwide were actually fakes and have nothing to do with Italian cuisine. Therefore, the week of the Italian cuisine intends also to bring these aspects to the attention of the large public. Protection and enhancement of protected and controlled denomination products is so important also for Kenya. We will share our experience and good practice on this. And let me conclude with a few numbers indicating the effort and results obtained by Italy in maintaining a sustainable and high quality food chain. Italy is the first country in Europe for registered agri-food and wine products and protected denominations. This quality links to sustainability. In the last decade, Italian agriculture recorded a 32% decrease in the use of chemical plant protection products, for instance. Italy, therefore, confirms itself as the most sustainable agricultural system in Europe, also in terms of CO2 equivalent emissions, which amounts to less than half of France and Germany. In the second year of the pandemic, the Italian agri-food chains have shown a remarkable resilience. Made in Italy foods and beverage revenues are now worth almost a quarter of the national gross domestic product. It's important. From the field to the table, 4 million workers are involved in the food supply chain, distributing throughout 740,000 farms, 70,000 food industries, over 330,000 restaurants, and 230,000 retail stores.
Thank you so much. And I can see really, and the people also in the audience, they see the capacity and the work that Italy has done and can be, as you said, an example to share practice to countries like Kenya and others, especially in our context, to protect and create a sustainable culture and a sustainable food production. And now we go to Elena. Now we go, the ambassador already discussed a bit about the week, but I want to ask a bit more. What do we expect from the Cultural Institute for this week?
Thank you, Samuele. So for anybody who don't know, the Italian Cultural Institute is basically the cultural department of the Embassy of Italy. So we always work together to promote Italy and to promote the relationship, in this case, between Italy and Kenya. We are all part of the network of the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And this is an example of an event that is not just going to be done in Kenya, but worldwide through this network. So if we want to talk about our program for this week, I can give you some ideas on what to expect. So as the ambassador already say, we are going to have a special guest from Italy, Chef Giuseppe Geraci. He's a famous chef from Italy, and he will come here to share his experience with Kenyan chef working already in restaurants, but also to young chef in training. So he's going to hold a masterclass in Kenya Utali College in Nairobi and share his experience about Italian food, authentic Italian food, and his job as a chef, as a successful chef. After this, we are going also to cover other area, because usually we like to promote Italy and the exchange between Italy and Kenya in different areas. For example, we are going to talk also about photography and art during this week. We are going to have an exhibition of photography in negative from 2 young Italian artists. And of course, the exhibition will be about food, but from a different point of view. Then we also thought about the small one, the kids, and we are going to organize for them 2 masterclasses about pizza, one in Nairobi at Matteo's restaurant and one in Mombasa. And then also we, as the ambassador say, we want to promote the authentic Italian products and make people know about the Italian sounding and the problem of the Italian sounding. So we are going to promote Italian products in Kenyan supermarket. And we are going also to have a contest in Nairobi about tiramisu, which is, I think, one of the most famous and most known dessert from Italy. It's quite popular also in Kenya. And we are going to have a contest in Nairobi. So some restaurants, they are going to offer portion of tiramisu, and it will be possible to vote through an online system. And we will see which is the best tiramisu, the best tradition by tradition. And we are also thinking about innovation in Italian cuisine. So we are talking, as I said, about authentic Italian cuisine from the tradition point of view, but there is also innovation. So even about the tiramisu, we will see how the contemporary chefs are going to reinterpret this traditional recipe. And then also we are going to have a more scientific part. So in the next episode, one of the guests will be our scientific attaché, Professor Fabio Santoni. So together with him and with the embassy, of course, we organized a symposium together with the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitian Institute, which is, of course, the authority who in Kenya is managing the work of the nutritionist and the dietitian, and so has a lot of expertise about healthy diet, sustainability, healthy food. And so we think that it will be very good to put experts from Kenya and Italy together in order for them to share experience about sustainability in the food system, and also, related to the health issues. So we are going to have some interesting guests for this symposium, like a professor for the University of Gastronomic Science of Italy. We are going to have the director of Slow Food Kenya, and we are going to have people from the United Nations as well. So this is a little bit the program that we are organizing for this week. And I think that it's surely interesting. And there is also another thing, is that the program won't be only in Nairobi, but we will also travel to the coastal area of Kenya. And especially in Watamu, we are going as well to have a beautiful dinner. And we are going to promote Italian food all over the coast. So as I said, we are going to have this program that is going to start even before the 14th, because we are going to launch the week on 10th of November at the residence of the ambassador. And the first event will be the masterclass for the kids in Nairobi, which will be held on the 13th. And then on Monday 14th, we are going to have the symposium. And then we are going to continue our program that will be closed with the events in Watamu during the weekend of 19th and 20th of November.
Wonderful, Elena. It's a wonderful, and you are really cooking a big pot. We would say an awful lot of wonderful activity that for sure people will enjoy. And I know people are salivating for the one they are not in Kenya. I'm sure you tune in and look for the Italian embassy in your country or in your area. I'm sure you will have something for the week. And we always call the guests to ask a call for action, something that they want to share with the audience. And we can start here again with the ambassador.
Thank you again. Well, I would say that we can say that the Italian food system, based on tradition and innovation, and on a very rich difference between region and regions. Who knows Italy and the tourists, and we all Italians, of course, we know that even in the same region, we can find different traditions in terms of cuisine. And so that makes that we have a really variety of dishes and preparations that are really special. And so this Italian food system proposes itself as an ideal partner for Kenya in terms of sharing the best practices that we told already, maintaining tradition while enhancing technological development that we find now in the field of cooking, for instance, and improving food education, promoting sustainable approach to food production and consumption. So the food chain, culinary art, and tourism are fields in which we can strengthen our cultural and commercial relations for the common benefits of our two countries.
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for this wonderful message and for this union and bridge through food and through innovation with the two countries, and of course the capacity of Italy as a leader in this field. Elena, from the Italian Cultural Institute, which is your message and call for the audience?
So let me say that I agree that food can be a nice platform for strengthening the exchange between Kenya and Italy. There is, of course, a lot of tradition for food in Italy, and there is a lot of interest in Kenya, especially in Nairobi, but also around Nairobi. My idea is always that this kind of event always have an impact on people's life. For example, I give you an example. We organized other symposium this year about sustainability. And we discovered that when we talk about sustainability, we continue to place on the table of the people that attend the symposium plastic bottles. This time, with this symposium, this is going to change. And as this happened to our office in the past few months, I'm sure that during this event, we are definitely going to learn something that we will be able to put inside our life, our ordinary life, straight away. So that's why I invite everybody to attend this event, for everybody who are in Kenya. The other, of course, they can look for the Italian embassies and consulates and the Italian Cultural Institute in their country of residence. And they will learn something that it is going to impact their everyday life.
Thank you so much for this wonderful message. Stay tuned for the second episode where we'll go with Professor Santoni, and I really want to thank you so much, His Excellency the Ambassador and Madam Director, to have been here and to have shared these wonderful insights and the presentation of the Italian Week. For sure it will be a success, and please be prepared for a wonderful week in Nairobi and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We wait for you for the tiramisu.
Wonderful. Are you satisfied after this wonderful episode? Let's continue together our sustainability journey.